Not long ago, we discussed Hillary Clinton's laughable assertion that many of the guns coming into New York were coming in via Vermont. Well, she has now doubled down on her ridiculous rhetoric, and she's choosing to spin this in another way now. Now she's talking about how of the guns coming into New York and being used in crime, the highest number per capita is coming from Vermont. So an article in The Guardian talked about this issue and said that, well, she was technically right on these statistics, but she was somewhat misleading in the way she was using it. Somewhat misleading? Somewhat misleading. Only somewhat misleading. Let's take a look at the numbers again. There were over 7,600 guns recovered in the state of New York in 2014. 55 of those guns came from Vermont. Almost 1,400 came from the state of New York. So tell me, is this a case where we should be looking at the statistics and break it down? Well, what's the percentage per 100,000 people? Oh, well, it's the highest in Vermont. Oh, well, that's a really troubling statistic. No. We're supposed to be looking at the raw numbers right now. Because let's see, if the raw numbers were 1,000, 1,500 coming from Vermont, then I'm pretty sure Hillary Clinton wouldn't have been the first to address this. It would have been an issue. It would have been a big issue. But 55 guns? 55 guns? No. See, this is the type of political trickeration that Hillary Clinton so often uses. You would think that she would be tired of this kind of these games by now. So she's using this now, right? But before it was, well, I don't know where Bernie was in the 90s when I was fighting for healthcare. No. He was there to stop lying. Before that, it was at the debate in Flint, Michigan, talking about how Bernie was against bailing the auto workers out. No. He was for bailing out the auto workers. He was against bailing out Wall Street. So I have a hard time believing, if Bernie Sanders used these same types of dirty political tricks, would I be supporting Bernie Sanders the way I do? I just don't think so. This is just one reason of many that causes me to feel like it's impossible to support Hillary Clinton, because either she's lying or she's misrepresenting the truth. Either way, I can't get behind that. So let's take away the corruption, her ties to corruption, and her fakeness when it comes to Citizens United, and how she says, well, anybody that knows me knows that I can't be corrupted by the money. Whatever. Let's just take that away. Okay? Which Hillary is the real Hillary? Okay? Back in 2008, when she was campaigning against then Senator Barack Obama, she seemed to be totally against the idea of blanket federal legislation on guns. During a debate in April 2008, she had this to say: "What I favor is what works in New York. We have a set of rules in New York City, and we have a totally different set of rules in the rest of the state. What might work in New York City is certainly not going to work in Montana." What do you want me to do with that? Back in 2008, she's against blanket federal legislation on guns. 2016, she's completely flipped around, and now she's all for it. She was always against marriage equality. Man and a woman is the only people that can be married. That's what she said. Then 2013, I'm all for marriage equality now. I'm for the TPP. It's the gold standard. I'm against TPP. I'm for the Keystone Pipeline. I'm against the Keystone Pipeline. Which is the real Hillary? I just don't understand. Look, I would love your comments. Tell me how you feel about this. Tell me how you feel about her misrepresenting the truth, and if anybody can get behind a message like this.